In this video, we're going to focus on the last component of the practice, which is slow, regular breathing as a basis for creating heart coherence, which is this state of efficient and beneficial physiological functioning that I mentioned earlier. And it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which relaxes and calms the body and activates the social and executive brain. In other words, it creates that most valuable state, calm focus. So what is heart coherence? Well, it's a pattern of variation in your heart rate. The heart is naturally variable, even when you're not really doing anything. And in fact, more variability is a sign of health. Think of the heart as like a fast motorbike, which is very responsive, able to rev up at an instant when called upon, as opposed to a clapped out old banger that just can't respond. So in coherence, the heart rate gets into sync with the breath, so it speeds up on the in-breath and then slows down on the out-breath. It's easier to see this with a graph. Here, the red trace is heart rate, and the blue is the measure of the breath. Here's the in-breath, and the heart rate is increasing, and then turning and falling again on the out-breath here. This image is actually a screenshot from biofeedback software, which I use in my practice. Biofeedback can make things easier when you're working with breathing, but it's not essential. Coherence is a natural and reflex-like response. You don't have to try. You don't have to think about it. The body will just do it for you. But the interesting thing is that stress and difficult emotions tend to block the rhythm. For coherence to be appreciable, the breath has to be slow enough and regular enough to allow it time to develop. In fact, 6 breaths per minute is a sort of physiological resonance point at which coherence tends to be maximal. Coherence is good for you. It's not just a state of relaxation, but a basis for optimal performance. So, for example, reaction times are improved, as are other measures of cognitive performance. And it generally feels good too. To repeat what I said before, in coherence, you're giving your parasympathetic nervous system a workout. It's not that you have to be in coherence all the time, and indeed 6 breaths per minute would be artificially slow for most contexts, other than perhaps meditation. But a little practice each day is like fitness training for the nervous system.